Hi everyone, I am back with another deck that I would like to share with you. This deck is the Wild Wisdom Faery Oracle by Lucy Cavendish, the artwork by Selina Fenech. I really enjoy this deck. It's a nice, sweet deck. It's actually more to the point. It's not like if you have a problem, it's fully uplifting. It says, okay, it's more direct. It will tell you what you need to do. It will tell you how to focus, and it will give you ideas of how to move forward. So it's a little bit more direct. It's not as floofy, but it also is very airy and mystical. This particular deck is not of the original printing. The original printing that I have seen has more of a brown, it's a more aged look. I don't think you can get those unless you go to like the aftermarket or you go find out of print cards, and that's where you would find the ones with the brown markings. But if you were to order a brand new one today from the publisher, which is, let's find out, which would be Blue Angel Publishing, you would get this deck with the purple, with some more fairy look. It really works with this deck. So the box, as you could see, is a very thick box, just like any Oracle deck that I seem to find lately. They all come with these very sturdy boxes that will allow you to store your cards in, keep your cards in. They're not going to get crushed. They're not going to get beat up so much. They will keep your cards safe. So I like these boxes a lot. I wish a lot more tarot cards came in these same type boxes, but that's okay. These Oracle decks do the job very, very well. So let's look inside. Well, let's look at the back of the box. So this deck comes with 47 cards and a guidebook. And this gives you a little bit about the information on the background and gives you one of the card pictures on the front. So let's take a look inside and let's see what we got. So here's the book. Pull the book out, we'll put the cards over here. So this is a book. It's a really nice, thick book. It has a lot of information in it. It's not in color. It's in black and white, but it gives you information about the fairy world. Especially if you're drawn to the fairy world, you will probably really like this deck a whole bunch. But it gives you information about the fairy world, how you can connect with them, how you can connect with these particular cards, and the mythology of them. When you look at the different cards, there's an awful lot of information. So you're probably looking at like 3 pages of information for most cards. It will tell you what the picture is all about. Then it will give you the meanings, and it also gives you a reverse meaning should the card pull up in reverse for you. You do not have to, just like with any decks, you don't have to read them in reverse, but if you want to expand your understanding, this book at least gives you what they're thinking when the cards go reversed. This book also has different card layouts that you can try. See, they talk about reversibles there. Different spreads and layouts that would work for this deck. I have not done these yet. I usually do just the simple 3-card draw or a single day card draw. It's just so that I can, work through those motions of what I want to focus on at that moment. But it's a really nice book. It's got a lot of information within it. So let's take a look at the cards now. So here are the cards. Aren't that pretty? Let's take a look at it really quick. So this is the back. This is different than the original printing, but the lavender purple color really does work with this deck. It gives it a nice lighter feel, even though this deck really does kind of go straight to the point. I want to kind of show you what the size is in comparison to another Oracle card that I have. Hang on here. Apparently I am not prepared. So this is an Oracle card that I have. This one is bigger. if you can tell. It's a little wider, it's a little taller, so these are bigger cards. If you're looking at, like, to my hands, I don't know if you can tell, I've got medium-sized hands. They are pretty big. It does make it a little bit tougher to shuffle because of it. So just be aware of that. These are larger cards. So these cards are numbered. They're not really for anything like numerology wise, but they definitely give you a clue of where they're located within the book. So, you know, obviously your first card would be number 1, 3 graces. So that's how you would find your cards. These decks, same thing with a stock, the card stock. It's not terribly thick, but not terribly thin. They're very sturdy. They definitely have a gloss finish. Even with the glossy finish, you would think that this deck would be slippery, but they're not slippery. They're pretty sticky. So, and because they're much bigger, it would be probably a little bit harder to shuffle. So, I mean, some people shuffle like this, but they're so big, my fingers barely go from the top to the bottom. But like I said, they're kind of sticky. They don't fan out as easy. But that really doesn't detract from the deck. That just lets you know that it's not a very slippery deck. So let's take a look at the cards in order here, because I did put them in order. So here's the 3 of Graces. It's really, really sweet. This kind of really reminds me of the 3 of Cups in tarot. Everybody gathering of like minds, celebrating. It's really kind of fitting for the beginning of this deck. This is like a gathering and understanding and just, you know, enjoying yourself and enjoying the beauty that this deck is. So here we go. So this is Solace. And this is Riddle Fisher. And this is Story Keeper. See, it's very whimsical, but really nice artwork. Secret Doorways. Dark Moon. Fairy Wishing Well. Cry for Nature. That's really pretty. Silver Sisters. The Unicorn and the Maiden. Barnabas and the Prince. Gossamer Princess. She really looks like she's just dreaming away. Communication. Catch Me. I like this card. This reminds me of the Fool. Take the leap of faith. New beginnings. Here you go. Just take the chance. Don't overthink it. Light in the Darkness. Stolen in Her Sleep. Her Special Place. Acorn's Intuition. Scared to Fly. Don't be afraid to spread your wings and fly. Letting Go. Fairy Tales. The Littlest Fairy. They're really cute. Crystal Magic. I really love this card. Love the colors. Love the translucence. It's just, everything's pretty about this. Snail's Pace. Slow down. Enjoy the little things. So you don't miss details. Just slow down. Follow Me. Very beckoning. The Golden Gift. The Grail Fairy. Little Boy Blue. Carry me home. You don't have to do it alone. Accept support to help you get home, to get you to the next place. Once was innocent. Into the woods. Far, far away. It's like the beginning of a story. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty's truth. The Merlin. Glimpse. Stardust. Child of the Moon. Oh, that's pretty. Keeper of Secrets. Greenman's Bride. Shimmer. Oops. Greenman's Door. Mother and Daughter. Dragon's Pet. Midnight Prince. The Secret Path. I love that. That's so pretty. The Gatekeeper. Fairy Lovers. The Gift. This deck really does feel like a gift, doesn't it? The artwork, the glimpse into a world, something beautiful, something to help us. So here's the deck again. So hopefully you enjoy this deck as much as I do. If you're drawn to this, drawn to fairies and the mystical and fantasy, this is a great deck. It's direct to the point. It's not too heavy, but it definitely gives you something to think about. This is the Faery Oracle. I hope you enjoy this and take care until next time.